Let it go the things that have happened in the past. Let the things that aren't happening right now go. If you want to be free, stop locking yourself into the prison of your past if you want to see the light. Stop holding yourself in the darkness of your past if you really want to move on. Release the heavy weight from your back if you don't want them to win. Let it go, move on, and create your best life. You would never allow a thief to enter your home and live there rent-free. So why do you allow thoughts that steal your joy to enter and live inside your mind? Let it go. Had a moment of confrontation. Let it, don't allow it to live in your mind, stealing the joy from the rest of your day. Someone did you wrong, let it go. They will worry more of your life if you allow them to invade your mind like a virus, which will only affect the quality of your life in every other area. Moving on and letting go is the best way to get even with people who aren't doing the right thing by you. Let them have their accidents somewhere else. Life doesn't always go as planned. Focus on the good. People who live extraordinary lives don't get lucky when things don't go as planned. They move on quickly and focus on the next positive. They drop the negative like a hot potato and focus on what they can do today to get better. They don't ask their friends and family for sympathy. They focus on what is good in their lives and let go of the negatives. When you commit to your future, please don't cheat on it with your past. If you don't let go of your past, your future will suffer. Understand this significant fact. You are the one who suffers the most when you hold on to resentments and seek revenge. You are the one who wins when you let go. Music. Richard Carson once said that the key to a good life is not to make something a top priority in your life if you're not going to talk about it in your last hour. We should all follow that advice. Your ego will tell you that you'll be happy when everything is perfect, but your soul knows the truth. Be satisfied when everything is perfect. Things won't always go as planned, but if you can get into the right frame of mind, you can understand that everything happens for a reason and be at peace with that. So be happy. Do whatever it takes to find your happiness, not because everything is good, but because you see the good in everything. As Albert Einstein once said, there are only two ways to live your life, as though nothing is a miracle and as though everything is a miracle. I know which space I want to live in. What about you? Please forgive. Giving up hope that the past could have been different is what it means to forgive. I know that many of you think that accepting what happened to you means accepting that it did happen. But what do I do about it now that I assume that it did happen? Forgiving someone means giving up hope that things could have been different. When I realized that, I became a better person because I didn't hold grudges against anyone or anything. Forgiving means letting go so that the past doesn't hold you hostage. Yes, that's the story of two monks on a pilgrimage, and they come across in a village, they come across a young 17-year-old girl with a long kimono, trying to cross a very muddy road, but she's not daring to step into the mud. So one monk picks her up, carries her across the road through the mud, puts her down, and so the monks walk on in silence for another 4 or 5 hours, just practicing noble silence. And then after 4 or 5 hours, they're getting close to their destination. One monk says to the monk who had picked up the girl, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that because we monks are not supposed even to touch women, so you shouldn't have picked up that girl. You're not supposed to do that." The other monk says, "Oh, are you still carrying that girl? I put her down hours ago." So the other monk was still holding the girl, the event in his head. 4 hours later, 4 hours. He was walking with this burden. Yes, right. And that shows the reluctance of the human mind to let go of the powers. Blame. It's easy to blame those that have wronged us for just about everything that is wrong with our life. If it wasn't for them, I would be happier. If it wasn't for them, I would have more money. If they didn't do this, I would be where I want to be. Most people get so caught up in blaming. They continue to blame and sabotage their own life long after the person is gone from their life. Most people hold on to the blame because it's easier than moving on. Those who take responsibility for their life and are wanting to move on and put the past behind them are much more likely to gain freedom, success, and happiness. Now, this does not mean there aren't horrible people in the world that have done wrong by others. It is not condoning others' behavior. It is taking back the power they have from you when you are the one suffering long after they are gone. Who wins? If you keep blaming them, who wins? If you move on, forget about them, and create the best life and success you could ever imagine. Who wins if you move on? Who wins if you forget about them? Take back your power. Blame them for what they have done, but don't blame them for what you haven't done. blame them for what they've done, but bless them for making you stronger, for making you better, showing you precisely what you don't want. You can blame the world for bringing them into your life, but then get grateful for all the lessons it taught you, all the strength it gave you. Knowing your heart, if they knew better, they would do better. It's so lovely to be able to focus on building your future without having to worry about the past. Let go, move forward, and never look back. The best way to get back at someone is not to get back at them, but to move on with your life and become the best version of yourself.